All
It's
right,
off of
guys.
Sketchpad.
Sorry. All right,
What?
guys. We are here. We are live. Well, recorded anyway. I am once again joined by Mr. Tactical Ferrets. Hey, Fizz. How are you, buddy?
YOLO. I'm doing good, but you aren't.
No, I've got a side splitting migraine. Anyway,
Sucks to
drink.
be you.
Yeah, drink water, people. It's supposed to be really good for you. All right, so we do have a lot of information to break down. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about, and we're seemingly doing these shows daily. I don't know. Maybe we should just do a daily show. I don't know. But anyway, let's all break it down because we have a new patch. We do have some more information on the RSI fighter, and also we have some information on the Xian cargo ship. Was it the Xian?
Yes.
So we also have some information on that. Now, obviously, we're going to make you wait for the fighter and the cargo ship. Let's talk about the let's talk about the patch. I'm sorry,
Wow, you
it's all
evil monster.
it's all about lunchtime, right? But Star Citizen Alpha 3.13.1 I PTU. So, obviously, attention all backers. Database reset, yes. Long-term persistence enabled. Pledge copy enabled. $15 million starting money. Known issues. Following the death of a ship self-destruct, players can lose the majority of functionality in their next ship when leaving and entering the pilot's seat during long-distance quantum travel. Now, apparently they must have a fix for this because they have got, in brackets, fixed in later build. So, presumably will be coming out in a patch tomorrow or something like that.
Maybe.
The doors to get into the Javelin may not open when the Javelin is docked, fixed in a later build. So obviously they've got a fix for that, and there's obviously going to be putting that in a later patch. Items missing after an update, character reset, pledge change, abnormally long delays between pickup and storing of FPS minables harvestable items, customizable nameplates do not appear visible on multiple ship skins and variances. On landing pads, trolleys are unable to be pushed, pulled, entryway, cargo ramps, or the elevator ramps. Constellation can despawn when flying 30 kilometers away from the undocking. The docking with the moving the ship lags behind, causing a large snap into the docked position. Trolleys found in Area 18 are clipping through the floor and remote functionality, and players can spawn facing the wrong way and after dying or spawning in Arena Commander. So, Fleet Week, they've fixed, bug fix. Players should now correctly get a crime stat for hitting the Bengal carrier with missiles and torpedoes. I would say that's not a bug fix, right? I would say that's not a bug that needed to be fixed. I would just say we could just not fix that, maybe.
Revert it, please.
Hmm.
Go back.
Bug fix, players should no longer be able to make more than intended profits from construction material commodities. Oh. So basically, the bug fixes are all boring. Bug fixes general players should now be able to scan correctly in the Starlifters,
Thank
and the
you.
Talon and the Talon Shrike should now be able to be both brought in game. And also technical, they fixed their main deadlock fix. So
Hmm.
yeah. As for the patch, I haven't played this one. I was playing Subnautica this morning. But as for this patch, I'm not sure. But the patch before this was stable as you know what. So,
Hmm.
presuming it's just as stable as that version, this should be a really good patch to play.
Yeah. So far it looks as if they only have two major uplockers,
Mm,
and both of those are, from what CIG says, supposedly they fixed them in a later build. So
yeah.
if they could get those nailed down and then spend the next a day or two focusing on just smoothing out the server, I feel like a Friday's going to be kicking off pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if they would do the whole like optimization, because when you start doing optimization, it can cause problems with other things. Main way to fix optimization is to remove redundant code, and when you start doing stuff like that, that's when you start getting bugs. So maybe they might leave it. I don't know about you, but when I was playing yesterday, I was getting a frame rate of high 20s to early 30s when I was in like microtech and stuff like that. So to be honest, the frame rate's not that bad. But you know, like, well, obviously we'll have to see. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't know if COG will do much optimization, because if they start fiddling around with it, they might break it more than it already was, and yeah. But I don't know. Apart from that, with the patch, anything else you can think of, or to be honest, it's yeah. The biggest problem I have
No.
with it was when I would try and sign out or log out and go back to the main menu, I would stick on a black screen for a while, but that could be the deadlock they talk about fixing. Maybe. But apart from that, guys, as for the patch itself, yeah, it looks like they're on their way, and it looks like this event's going to be a pretty smooth event, to be honest. I imagine, presuming obviously people don't go through and absolutely pound the servers like they did last year.
I mean, they definitely are when they start to selling the capital ships.
So, good segue. We do have the 3D model of the fighter. And holy dooly, well, I should say this thing's a heavy fighter. Holy dooly, this thing is badass. Yeah, I like this design. What? Okay, so we're going to talk about the fighter first. What are your thoughts on the Scorpio? Is Scorpius? What's it? Yeah.
I love it. The second that I saw it, I'm like, that's it. I need at least two of these. That's it, hands down.
So, looking at the guns, presuming this model is accurate, obviously, and that's a big presume, I would say that it's got 8 guns on it.
Mm-hmm.
4 on the wing and 4 as a remote turret or turret itself, whatever it may be.
Speaking about that, a turret is also on a rail system, which will allow the turret to move along the the top of the ship, and it could rotate and go underneath the ship and act as a turret underneath it as well.
I see that. Yeah. So it could, for example, like rotate all the way back under the back part, and then face, for example, backwards and target any ship that's back there.
Or on the ground or
Mm,
underneath it and things like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if it is that movable, I would say you're probably right when you say it's a remote turret.
Yeah, it's a remote
Mm.
turn on a rail system.
Yep.
It's a test bed for the remote turrets that are on a rail system on the Perseus.
Mm.
I bet you that it's a test a bed for that.
Um, the X-wing design is obviously very very influenced from Star Wars. I would say that the person who designed this is probably someone who's also worked on the Star Wars design ships. I do know CIG has some of their ship designers from Star Wars actually designing their ships for them. So I'm guessing it's probably one of those guys. The body obviously looks very different, which obviously, you know, by law it has to. They can't just put an X-wing in the game. But dude, this thing looks absolutely badass. Like,
And you want to know something else?
mm,
So supposedly it's going to be the size of a Vanguard.
I would say it looks bigger than that, but sure.
I mean, It's going to be as long as a Vanguard, but a shorter than it though.
I was going to say, like, judging by the size of the cockpit, this looks like it can seat at least comfortably 2 seats.
I mean, it's going to have to the one for
Remote.
the pilot and one for the gunner
Yeah.
for the remote turret.
So I would say there's probably one there, and there's probably one there.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the day, if that's the area for the cockpit, yeah, maybe the same size as the Vanguard. Maybe, yeah, yeah, maybe. But I've also heard that the wings. There's talk of the wings that will actually move and fold up.
Yeah, so if you zoom in to the underneath of the wings
Mm-hmm.
near the body, it looks as if the wings can fold,
Yeah,
and then they might rotate into the body. So like they might the wings shut and and they might fold into the side of the ship.
I think the folding part is unlikely. Maybe that looks like
I
it might
mean,
be a that. So that big knob on the top of the bottom wing, for example.
yeah, it looks like a dinner plate.
Yeah,
I guess you could say, yeah.
it might.
That makes
Yeah, it
me
might.
think that they could swing, maybe.
I would say that they probably are going to close up and become sort of pretty close to being a single wing on each side. I think there's still going to be a gap, but I do think that it is going to. Obviously, the wings will close somewhat together. Um, Maybe they rotate, maybe, but the thing is, if you rotate them, the wings, those guns are they going to be off center when they fire? Like,
Oh, you're thinking about this wrong. You see, when it's then the landing to the position,
mm,
the wings will s- they will go into the body at so like instead of like happen of having the guns face forward, they will be facing off to your side at a 90 degree angle.
mm,
So the ship becomes much more slimmer.
mm,
So like imagine a bullet basically.
mm,
That's what I think is it might happen.
maybe. I don't see any landing gear on it, but then at the end of the day, that's just might be because it's just not on the model. But
Yeah. Um we also have pictures
mm,
of the ship as a hologram
yeah,
in game
do you have those or?
for I do.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to load into the PTU and it's kind of taking forever. So that's not a good sign, at least not for me.
Hmm.
I
I must
I
admit,
don't know if hmm?
I must admit, I do like it. I do like the design. It
I
does.
I do like it too. It
Hmm.
looks very beautiful.
This is the thing. COG definitely do a good job with their ships, don't they?
Now, here's the thing though. Some people think it is leak bait.
Hmm.
Now, that is a possibility. It
Hmm.
could be a leak bait. It's it's just the reason that I don't think it is the fact that there's just so much here. Like it's a if it is a leak bait, why do they have it as a hologram on the PTU?
Yeah, I don't think it's leak bait because at the end of the day,
No,
if it was going to be leak bait, they would not put it as a hologram. Like I presume this hologram was available to anybody who got access to the PTU today when the show was up.
hmm?
This
I
this
mean
this hologram, right? It was at the show today, from my understanding, right? Was it at the show today when the PTU was up and they did their like?
that had to have been it because um I was at work when all of this started going
Hmm.
down. So like the pictures just started popping up like 4 hours ago.
Hmm. The one day I play another game. But I was going to say, yeah. At the end of the day, if it's not really, I don't think it's leak bait in that case because at the end of the day, if it was, they would only give it to the Avocati or something like that. Um, and we also need to talk about the rocket launchers on it too. But at the end of the day, they would go through and go through and only give it to Avocati and just give it to a certain group to find out who does the leaking, right? The fact that it was available to everybody, I think, is more a case of them saying, well, hey, we know this is going to come out. We know that going through and there's going to be data miners who are going to drain or get the information about this. So why don't we just leak or not leak it, but put it out there, get everybody hyped for it, and then obviously we'll be able to go through and sell a lot more ships when it comes on sale, presumably on RSI Day.
Now I will be absolutely overjoyed if this ship was magically straight to a flyable.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because we would have seen something come up in the files months before. Um, Unless it's maybe the mythic 400, Origin 400. But, like I said, there really haven't been any files where they've gone through and there's this, ship that needs to be renamed to, like, for example, the 400 series, or the 400 Origin, right? The Do I think there is actually a ship that's coming out that will fit some of those components? Yeah. But do I think it's the 400? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, our argument back in the day was we don't think it's going to be coming out when Star Citizen Leaks said, because just because it's in the files doesn't mean it's going to be coming out. We generally see stuff coming in the files 6 months or so before we start seeing the ships be coming out being flyable. And that's obviously because they need to start tying things to the model and stuff like that. Obviously going through white box phase and stuff like that, they don't need the ship, the details to be in the ship in the game. But when they start trying to add the model, start adding the components and stuff like that, then obviously they need them to be in the game. So, for example, to put the ship in the game, they need the components to be in the game. So they add the components months before. And that way, when the ship goes in, the components are there. Stuff like this. This is the sort of stuff that you start seeing beforehand. We haven't seen anything like that when it comes to this. So I would say it's most likely not going to be flyable, straight to flyable. I would say this is probably something that may be coming out first quarter, second quarter next year, I would say. If I had to guess, maybe the end of this year, but I would say most likely going to be like first or second quarter next year. And also keep in mind too, CIG, they were updating the roadmap on Wednesday, don't they?
Yes, they are. They're also going to be adding
The first quarter?
quarter one
Right.
of 2022.
My guess
Can't wait.
is this is going to be the ship for the first quarter of 2022.
And also just a like heads up. Defense. The Drake Defense con is open.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, all right. So as for this, obviously we'll touch on the rocket launches or missile launches, and then we'll jump over to the Xian cargo ship. Um, I'm seeing about 4 rocket launches or missile launches on each side at least.
Yeah. Some people think it's they're probably going to be size threes, maybe.
Hmm.
So that's gonna hurt.
Hmm. Well, it is a heavy fighter. The only other heavy fighter we've got was the F8 Lightning. Do we know what size missile
Mm.
launches are on that? By any
Tech,
chance?
technically, we also have the Hurricane, which is a heavy fighter.
So what's the missile launches that are on the Hurricane and the F8? Do you know?
Ooh, shiny Kraken. I mean, hold on.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, Vosphorus. He's looking at the Kraken.
okay. The the F8C Lightning.
Hmm.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Just any F8. Yeah. Just any heavy fighter. What's the missile launches on that?
Mm, trying to find out, but it's actually harder than you think.
So heavy freighter, heavy salvage.
Okay, I found it.
Vanguard Warren is a heavy fighter.
Missiles for the F8A Lightning. You have a size 3 racks,
Mm.
which can carry 4 size 2 each. So this thing's a packing more firepower than the freaking F8A.
So the Vanguard Warden has 2 Ignite 2 brackets 4. So does that mean size 4 or? Then it's got 2 Dominate EM brackets 4, and then it's got 2 times 3 Arresters 3 brackets 2. So maybe size 2. I'm not quite sure. It's really hard to read their website sometimes. But at the end of the day, I would say they're probably going to be size 2 or size 3 weapons on it. Missiles, here we go. Size 4s on the Warden. So they could be size 4s.
Hmm.
That means it's got 8. Although I'd say if it's got 8 missiles, it's got to be size 3s. They wouldn't put 8 size 4s on it, would they?
I mean,
The
you
Warden
know
does.
what?
Hmm.
They're planning on not doing a power creep, they might as well just throw a freaking 8 size 4s on there.
Well, the Warden has 4 size 4s, 4 size 4s, and then 2 size 4s, I think.
Is that accounting the weapon? I mean, because I know that on one of the vanguards you can have a missile pods on the top turret as well.
So maybe that's what that is the last one. Total mounts is 2. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but either way, these first 2 are size 4s. So, and it looks like it's got 2 size 4s on it, so 2 lots of size 4s, so it might be, yeah, 2 lots of size 4s missiles. Like, holy shit, this thing's gonna be, yeah, this thing's gonna be wreck. This thing's gonna be shit. I'll tell you what, if we're right about this, I've got another ship I want to put in the machinima. Alright, yeah, okay. I think we're just going to have to wait to see when it comes out, to see what it looks like. There should be some sort of press release or something that CIG will put out when obviously it's RSI Day. That'll give us more details about it, but this thing looks absolutely like it's a badass.
Oh yeah, this thing's not going to be freaking deadly, or at least in the right hands it could be a very feared fighter.
Alright, do we want to talk about the Xian cargo ship as well? Do we have any...
Yeah, but there's really not much to say about that other than it's going to be making a appearance at the Alien Week next month.
Right. Alien Week next
And
month.
yeah,
We got Alien Week
in
now
June.
too?
We've always had it. It's where
Oh, yeah, after the event, yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a separate event. I thought it meant, yeah, sure. Like I say, guys, splitting headache. So it looks like it's going to be there. Cargo ship. Do we really need another cargo ship?
A
Suppose.
Xian cargo ship?
Yeah, Xians
Maybe.
don't really have much, do they?
They don't have anything in game.
No. Yeah. So it's good to see some of these alien ships start coming through. Obviously, guys, if you are interested in the Xian cargo ship, I would buy it as soon as possible. I wouldn't wait for it to come out like the Banyu Merchant, because you will have that beautiful alien tax that will go on it. So at the end of the day, I was going to say, if you are interested in the alien ships, obviously buying them as close to concept as possible is obviously a really, really good idea. But yeah, damn dude, I'm just keep looking at this fighter and I'm like, shit, this looks nice. They've done a really good job on it.
If it is actually a real, yeah.
Oh, I'd say it is. They've got the hologram there, and yeah. From my understanding, it was available in the Hollow Hall for the show when it was open for like that hour or whatever it was for today. So yeah. Alright. Apart from that, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Before we go, is there anything else we were missing, Chris?
That's it.
No.
Oh, tune in for a roadmap update.
Yes.
Wednesday.
Yes. So
Gonna be a big one.
yes, we're going to get Q1. So chances are we're probably going to get another patch or 2 between now and the show, I would say. Probably at least another 1 patch, judging by there will be fixed in a later build. Also, we're going to do the roadmap on Wednesday, guys, so obviously tune in for that. Obviously, go and give Fez some like and give him some love. He's got a YouTube channel. He also does stream on Twitch. He was streaming earlier yesterday.
Got my first subscriber as well.
Oh,
so
well
happy.
done, buddy. Yeah. But yeah, guys, obviously feel free to go, and all these details will be in the link description below. So please feel free to go and follow him on the usual places. Apart from that, guys, obviously, like this video, smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, obviously, I will be taking the expo off from my work, so we will be doing videos every day. I'll be uploading a video every day showing off the halls. So obviously stay tuned for that. Plus, also at the moment, I am streaming Subnautica as well. So obviously tune in for that live stream as well. Apart from that, guys, obviously the video has been helpful. Please smack that like button if you're new to the channel. Welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourself. And we'll see you in the next video. And apart from that, everybody, sweet dreams about the fighter because it looks really, really good. Have a great night, everybody. Want to say bye? No. Alright. This is not saying bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.